The information coming in is that Mr. Basil Waite has released a statement that persons should take the pandemic seriously. Deputy General Secretary of the People's National Party, Waite, has urged Jamaicans to be vigilant and to take the pandemic quite seriously after he was recently hospitalized with the pandemic. In a recent statement, he said that he would be released from hospital soon and that he will continue his quarantine at home. He also further went on to state that, as you may already be aware, I was admitted to the intensive care unit of the University Hospital of the West Indies earlier this week as a result of pandemic-related complications. I thank our Almighty God that He has carried me through the worst of this ordeal. He is the PNP caretaker for the North East St. Elizabeth constituency, and he further went on to express his gratitude to the medical personnel for the care that they had provided him since his hospitalization there at the University Hospital of the West Indies on Sunday. According to Waite, he would like to express his overwhelming pride and gratitude for the extraordinary organization that is the University Hospital of the West Indies and Jamaica's health officials by extension. Specifically, he went on to extend personal gratitude to Dr. Kelvin Matela of the Department of Surgery, Anesthesia and Intensive Care. According to Waite, he was grateful to the superb team of doctors, medical professionals, and ancillary staff who extended exemplary professionalism and care to him and their hundreds of other patients at the hospital. Basil Waite further went on to extend a call to Jamaicans to listen to the guidance of the island's health officials. As you continue to build your immune system and fortify your mind against this pandemic, pay keen attention to the guidance being issued by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Please be considerate and protective of each other as we navigate the dislocations and uncertainties caused by this global pandemic. Basil Waite, who is a politician, has continued to ask for the prayers of citizens, including his supporters, while he recuperates fully from the ravages to his respiratory system. In October 2020, Basil Waite had taken leave to support Mark Golding in his challenge to become the next president of the People's National Party. Prior to being hospitalized with the pandemic-related complications, he had also expressed interest in becoming the General Secretary of the party. But considering the position that he is in at the moment, he would not be extending any more interest as he is trying to get his system functional again. He's trying to recuperate so that he can come and further provide support to Mark Golding and the People's National Party in their bid to rebuild and unite the party. It should be noted that, of course, at that time, prior to him being sick, his interest was in the post of General Secretary because he's a former Deputy General Secretary who had taken leave to provide the necessary support on the campaign trail for Mark Golding. In the recently concluded parliamentary elections that were held on September 3rd, Basil Waite failed to capture the St. Elizabeth Northeastern constituency for the People's National Party, despite having previously indicated that he would remain neutral in the presidential contest that was scheduled to happen in November, as not to influence the outcome primarily because of the established protocols that were associated with the responsibilities of Deputy General Secretary. However, based on what was happening at the time, he made a decision after consulting comrades across the island, and he chose to take a stance and to endorse Mark Golding publicly, and therefore chose to campaign on behalf of that presidential candidate. He agreed at the time that the party was at a critical juncture that would determine the overall direction and future of the PNP's movement. Therefore, it was in consideration of these factors that he found it imperative, as someone who has served long and sacrificed much, to indicate his support for a direction that was consistent with the foundation, principles, and objectives of the noble political institution called the People's National Party. He says that those values of the PNP will forever remain as his compass, even though the modes of expression and means of execution may and should evolve with time. It is for those reasons that he made a decision to take leave of absence from the PNP Secretariat and to become active in the impending presidential elections. Of course, it should be noted that his family has a history in the PNP. He said that his grandfather offered himself as councillor candidate in 1947 and his dad offered himself at the local government level in 1977. His brother, Mugabe Kilimanjaro, is also the councillor for the Ipswich division for the People's National Party. In 2019, November, Basil Waite, who was the People's National Party's Deputy General Secretary, accepted an invitation from the Commonwealth Secretary-General Patricia Scotland to be part of an observer group to the Presidential and National Assembly elections in Namibia, Africa. Based on the statement that had come out from the People's National Party at the time, the observer group will be a team of 4, led by Musa Mwene, former Attorney General of the Republic of Zambia. It was to be supported by a staff team of 3 from the Commonwealth Secretariat Peace and Governance Directorate, which was being led by Miss Segamatsi Mothibale Sela, who is a legal advisor. The group was tasked to consider the various factors impinging on the credibility of the electoral process as a whole and determine in its own judgment whether the elections have been conducted according to the standards for democratic elections to which the country was committed. Serving as an independent body, the group was to submit its report to the Commonwealth Secretary-General, who would then forward it to the government of Namibia, the Electoral Commission, and leaders of political parties, and thereafter to all Commonwealth governments. The elections at the time were scheduled to take place on November 27, 2019, and the group was expected to issue a public statement in Namibia following the submission of their formal report. Well, it seems like Mr. Basil Waite has accomplished a lot. He has been around for a while, and he has been serving the People's National Party, and we wish him the best in his recovery as he attempts to recuperate fully, and he seems to be gracious in recovery, and he has extended his gratitude to the persons who provided him with excellent medical services at the University Hospital of the West Indies. And now we hope that he will get better quickly and will have a speedy recovery so that he can return to the political organization that he loves so much, provide the necessary support to Mark Golding and the rest of the team. Now, thanks for watching. What is your opinion on what has been stated by Basil Waite? Do you agree with him that all of us need to take this thing seriously and that we should protect ourselves? Of course, I am in full agreement. Mr. Waite is saying he's correct. It is serious times, and we should take all the necessary precautions, and we should also be very considerate of others, even if we choose not to take care of ourselves. So it is in taking care of ourselves that we protect others as well. Thanks for watching, and remember, wear your mask, wash your hands, and continue to practice excellent sanitary and personal hygiene measures. Goodbye.